Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you.
How far you say you?
About 5 minutes.
I raise my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you. To show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Vigi. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. I'm on my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, cause they be churching. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas, we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the sweet. They all do the sweet. If a nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass obsolete. He ain't one of us, hit the lead. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we tanks. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
Z, you know the chop. Ayazahab. Badness no sad. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must must you want Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced, the key them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face, the key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith, anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate, hey. We don't play around, when you see the UPK around. We bring the fucking AK around, AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around, when you see the UPK around. We bring the fucking AK around, AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up, we no take bait up, we no stace up. And when the next day come, we no change up. Man, I ask them brothers, them wake up. AK boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy hold down, violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one West link bigger than NATO. Man we boss it to NATO. Only man we afraid that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around, AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around, AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must you want Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced, the teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face, the key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith, anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around, when you see the UPK around. We bring the fucking AK around, AR-15s and AR rounds.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim leadership, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop it, ass you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Everybody ain't with all that peace talk, everybody ain't with all that let bygone be. Boy, ass she to stop it, ass she to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know there's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I don't step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ain't she the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my
Isupk presents Ask Ye the Prophets weekly podcast.
Every race in the movie.
We are not the trust. We are not the trusty oppressor, and we are not the trusty other.
Send in your questions to askyetheprophets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He's speaking of his own. What's that whole Ten Commandments? The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the virgins. Every race in the movie.
Most High Christ. Shalom Israel. Shalom Akwaf and Akim. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. I'm General Mayat. Next to me is Officer Yediah, Priest and Prophet. You understand? We getting it in for another week. Another shout out to Chi-Town Fire Weekend. Still thinking about it. It was so beautiful, man. But now we got New York coming up, headquarters. You understand? Captain Zaryat and his whole crew about to do it up. What's the date you got? You mind announcing it?
Yeah, Carnival, sir.
The New York Cookout is Saturday, August 21st, and on Friday, August 20th, at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., it's going to be Camp in Harlem. That same night, 7 to 9 p.m., it's going to be the scripture breakdown class with 12 children on Hyman. At 9 p.m., we're going to have a dinner at the Hampton Inn, and then from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. is going to be Cross the Line Radio. And then after that, from 12 a.m. to on forward, you know what I mean, the brothers and sisters want to get together. They're going to the Empire Casino. That is Friday, August 20th.
So General Muhammad going to do his class on Friday as opposed to Thursday.
Carnival Con.
Okay, no sweat. So General Muhammad going to rock it out in New York. He's going to do his class live, scripture breakdown on Friday as opposed to his regular Thursday. Y'all understand? So we're going to get it in. It's going to be a beautiful week. And the whole weekend coming. And then they're going to the casino, huh? No sweat. All right, so let's get it in. Got a few stories to bring out, man, before I get into the questions. I had to touch on them, man. These topics and things, I look at them and they do a little something to me because it makes me know that the Most High is working and we real close to being out of America, man. You know what I'm saying? All our work, all our labor in the Isupk for so many years, man, brothers, it is not in vain. You understand? America is going to fall by the hands of our God, the God of Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. It is going to fall, and all the signs are there, man. All the signs are there. Things are going on in this earth. They show you we in the last time, man. Prophecy being fulfilled all the time. And it's a beautiful thing in my sight when I see it, brother. It is wonderful. To turn on the news or to hear about something that happened, you understand, and it make me say, Most High in Christ, you understand, we close. This is not the time to start getting lax. This is not the time to put down your sword. This is not the time to take a vacation. This is not the time, man. Let's step our game up. Let's step our works up. We still got enemies out here that know in the spirit that America's about to be finished, man. They fight forces fighting against us, you understand, but again, they can't stop us because the Lord is with us. You understand? Christian Israelites, Christian church hate us. They all hate us. One big melting pot of hate against us. You understand? Wondering what can they do to us. Wondering what they can do to us. We're not criminals, so Esau can't step into us like he wants to. You understand? We're not criminals. We follow the laws of the land and of the Most High. So his hands are tied. So he tried to figure out what he can do. Probably sending spies and come up in the classes and sit and listen. Hey, shalom, brother, I hear y'all on the video. Got his spies, but once again, they got nothing. They go back to those offices and get their reports, and they can't report nothing but the truth, because that's all we live and die for, is these scriptures, and there's nothing illegal or evil or wrong about that. You understand? Our basis is covered. So don't worry about who watching you, who tapping your phone. I know a lot of her sister recently are upset because something, her phone call went to a different person, and oh my God, what's going on? The whole panic because there was a glitch in her phone. And yeah, there's glitches in the phone. First of all, it's Esau's technology. Sometimes there's glitches. You understand? And you know, if you part of us, if you sitting in our classes, they got your name on some board somewhere, some office somewhere. Ain't nothing to be afraid of unless you out there doing illegal things, which the manager in your house teaches against. You understand? But I know in the Isupk, our brothers and sisters, we soldiers, man. We soldiers, sisters, you soldierettes, because you support the soldiers, man. And that's a beautiful thing to see. You understand? But we in the last time, man. The Lord said, endure until the end. We better do just that. We better do just that. And of course, you die in any topic, anything, you know, during the show, you know, you can step in and bring something out. So let's go to the first one. Let's go to Raven Sanders.
Silver medalist Raven Sanders raises hands in X in Olympic protest.
See that? This sister in the Olympics, another sister that's in the Olympics, of course, and she stood and rose her hands and made an X with it. Read down so she explained why she did it.
Silver medalist winning shot put Raven Sanders raised her arms in an X formation.
That's that heavy ass ball. You know, you see the sister. She got a little hustle on it. She built. You understand? Like we the athletes of the world, brothers and sisters. Yeah. You understand? Our sisters even join Esau's competitions and become great and famous because they daughters of Zion, man. You understand? Of course, Israelite custom ain't to have our women out there running around, jumping through hoops and pleasing Esau. But again, we slaves, man. We slaves in America. They don't know no better. So, you know, they join these Olympics and different things, different tribes all over Earth. They join this for fame, for, you know, it's their career. You understand? And so she is a hell of a shot put Olympian, right? And she stood up and made an X with her arms, man. X with her arm. And black people, we understand what X's mean. And Esau, though he don't really feel it or understand it, he know this is something black. This is something black that's going on. Read.
Khan raised her arm in an X formation over her head in a symbolic protest while posing for photographs for photographers with her co-medalist on Sunday in violation of the Olympic ban on medal ceremony protests. In violation of the Olympic ban on medal ceremony protests.
Like when you win a medal, they got a ban on protesting because they know the Israelites, we like to celebrate. We do something great, we start celebrating. We win a medal, we win something, a trophy, we celebrate. Us all over sports, football, all of it, man. We got little dances, we happy, we are spirited people, man. We the children of the Lord. You understand? Read.
Khan. Saunders, 25, of Charleston, South Carolina, told the Associated Press that the gesture was a nod to the insurrection, to the intersection where all people who are oppressed meet.
See that? She made that X for oppressed people. She made that X for the oppressed. You understand? Like she see that we, you know, our oppressor, you understand, is not letting up on his oppression. So she know that we as blacks and Hispanics, we gotta stand up, man, at some point, whenever we can, especially when all eyes are on us. She tried to get in there and make a statement, man, before the world. Because they know our oppressor silences us. We can't say much, we can't do a whole lot, but in this moment, with this medal, while all eyes is on her, she didn't say anything, she just simply raised her hand in celebration with the X. Now, does it violate the ban that they talking about? Go ahead.
Khan. The self-proclaimed hawk of track and field is black and openly gay and has been vocal about her struggles with depression. She's said to have hoped to honor people all around the world who are fighting and don't have the platform to speak up for themselves.
She found a platform in there. The sister's a homo, of course. She's not in the truth. She's in the world. But even the sinners in the world are starting to see, because of the Isupk and our relentless touting and teaching of who the evil is on this earth, they starting to wake up to us being oppressed and starting to see that we got oppressed, man. We got people out here that are not for our good, man. People out here that try to silence us and keep us down. So she made a symbolic gesture, which is against everything our oppressor stands for and what he wants in his sports arena. He don't want that to get out. Like these people are constantly making symbols and gestures to be free, because then that would mean we slaves. That would mean we slaves crying out, and he don't want to be looked at like that by the world. So he created these bans not to do it. That's why he was so pissed off when Kaepernick took that knee. You understand? Read.
Honorable Khan. It is not yet clear what penalty she could face for bringing politics to the podium.
And they call it politics. Like black people asking for freedom is politics. And there's no room for that in our oppressive sports arena. He don't want no politics. It's not politics to say stop beating my back. God damn. It's not politics to say, can you get your knee off my neck? Can you get your foot off our back? Can you lighten up on your oppression a little bit? That's not politics. That's human, hell. That's human to ask, can you lighten your burden on us? When the Israelites asked Pharaoh to lighten our burden, man, to help, give us 3 days off to go pray to our God. That wasn't politics, that's human, man. We want to connect with our God. We know we in here under your foot. We serve you, but can you give us 3 days off to go talk to our God? Mm-hmm. And Pharaoh was offended, man, and made their burdens hard. Then they wanted, some mercy and lightening their burdens. Mm-hmm. You understand? But again, the fact that we ask for help and freedom, our slave masters, they always get worse. Mm-hmm. You understand? It's not like we appeal, like, please, we appeal to your mercy. Can you help us? They look at us and say, you dirty dogs, asking for help, asking for me to slow down on what I do to you. They make it harder as a punishment for asking. What goes on in America? You can say something?
Oh yeah, sir. If I could, if I may, General, would you bring it out? It's just so heavy. It goes to show you that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and it shows that our people don't get no type of breaks. Like you have this sister, they getting ready to punish her. They mad as hell at Simone Biles because she's taking time for her mental health, and they mad at Naomi Osaka, and she did the same thing. And if I could, the Olympics boss, right? You know how they go and light the torch, sir? I got a story, that says, I can read it, sir. It says ex-Olympic boss reportedly wanted Hidekike Matsuo to light the flame, not Naomi Osaka. And his reason for not wanting Naomi Osaka to light the flame for the Olympics, because she wasn't 100% Japanese.
See that? Even the Japanese, we bring this out time and time again. These other races, other than Esau, other than the white man, our oppressor, they follow his lead. They see how much they get away with harming us and how rich they get off of us at the same time, and they just follow suit. That's why in Revelation, it say all them that got rich with this beast, man. All them that get rich with this whore is gonna pay for it, man. You understand? They all gonna pay for it. That's heavy. Go ahead.
Khan. That was
so that was it on this.
That was it, sir.
No sweat. Go to the next one, the Costa Rican gymnast.
Khan, sir.
Sister over there in Costa Rica. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the Americas, man, the whole world, this man is oppressing the children of Israel, wherever they are. You understand? Or he allows another nation to oppress us, but he's still over. His hand is still over all of them. This man is running the world. Scriptures say the earth is given into the hands of the world. Our oppressor, the white man, he runs this world. No matter what country it is, his hand is over. You understand? Mm-hmm. He's looking at it, and help. The Arabs defy him, but listen, if he wasn't trying to look good and save face, because once again, after all that murder, they like to do all that in the dark. You understand? They like to do that in the dark, but appear to the world, as an angel of light, like the scripture says. So they can annihilate any country they want to, but they want to appear as the angel of light. So they do all their dirt in secret. You understand? Read it.
Khan. Costa Rican gymnast skirts Olympics protest ban with a raised fist for Black Lives Matter. Khan. Costa Rican gymnast skirts Olympics protest ban with raised fists for Black Lives Matter.
She rose a fist, man. Everybody know what that means. That raised fist, especially in the Olympics. Especially in the Olympics. She raised a fist to skirt the rule on it. They got rules, once again, them bans, like you can't do certain things, but she skirted it because she found a way to do and have it be legal and not against their rules. Read.
Carnival Khan, a Costa Rican gymnast, appeared to find a loophole in the Olympic rules that bar political statements when she made a tribute to the Black Lives Matter movement during her artistic part of her floor routine.
She did a routine, and that was part of her routine. You understand? She found a loophole in the rule against so-called political statements or any Black freedom statements or Hispanic freedom statements. She found a loophole in the rule that you can't do that and made it part of her routine. Go ahead.
Carnival Khan, Lucina Alvaro, 18, wrapped up her performance in the Olympic qualifying rounds in Tokyo on Sunday by kneeling on the floor and looking up to the sky with a raised fist in the air.
That scares Esau to death. They see that, man, and it scares them to death, man. Go ahead.
Carnival Khan. She later said that the choreographed gesture was specifically meant to honor the Black Lives Matter movement and to draw attention to the importance of equality for all people.
What's her name again?
Carnival Khan, Lucina Alvaro.
Even they support. Listen, blacks and Hispanics, we feeling in the spirit that we are together, man. Because anybody that pays attention know that all the problems that go on with us in America, they always lumping us together. Listen, they even lumping the Native American Indians with us on all these reports. Esau, the news and all that, different things happen. They lump the Native Indians with us now. Well, we've been telling them, we all the same things that's happening, the same curses that's on us since 1969, we've been telling them. And finally, in the last few years, they even put the gaps with the Hispanics and the Negroes, man, when it comes to different problems that's going on and different things we suffering. We all the same, under the same curses, under this same oppressor, man. And even she knows that Black Lives Matter means a lot because they affected by the same things too. They affected by the same problems that Black people suffer from. The same people that's oppressing and killing us is the same people that's oppressing and killing them. So she stood up in solidarity and made it part of her routine. She just bowed down on her knee after her routine, looked up in the sky and raised a fist, man. A fist. Go to this next story with Tommy Smith. The two names I don't want us to forget, man. Y'all remember back in 1968, before it was even a thing to stand against our oppressor, and ask for freedom and all that. You understand? They raised up a fist. Tommy Smith and John Carlos, them two famous brothers, man. They raised up that fist at the Olympics in 1968. You understand? Ruined their career. Listen, it was a heathen standing next to them. He didn't raise a fist up, but he stood next to them, in support of them, and he even lost his career, man. That's how fierce this devil is against any side that Black people want freedom or going to spread the thought in other Blacks and Hispanics about freedom, man. Look at these brothers, man. Strong brothers back then, before it was even a thing. You understand? 1968. And of course, the Lord raised the Israelite School of UPK up a year later. And we've been telling the world who the devil is, who our oppressor is. These are not our friends. Let's stop trying to build a career and love these people. Let's save our love for each other, man. We family. They separated us. We got to gather together. God told us to unite. You understand? And we got to know who the enemy. We never taught to harm our oppressor or to attack him or to murder him. All we taught was to unify ourselves and know who the oppressor is and see the things and tactics that he used to divide us and fight against those things and come together and teach other Black and brown people the same thing, man, to come together and to recognize who our oppressor is. Read about Tommy Smith and John Carlos.
Carnival Khan. They didn't take the knee, the Black Power protest salute that shook the world in 1968.
They didn't take a knee. They didn't even take a knee. Go ahead.
Carnival Khan. It says U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tommy Smith Center and his teammate John Carlos, who won bronze in the 200-meter race raised their fists during the U.S. national anthem at the 1968 Summer Games in Mexico City.
See that? During that national anthem. That same one that got no love for us, had nothing to do with us. These brothers raised their fists to it, man. They raised their fists, just like Colin Kaepernick did when he took a knee when they played it. Just like black and brown people were doing, turning their backs to the flag while they played the anthem or just took a knee, pissing the oppressor off. And he calls it political. It ain't political, it's just human, man. We in these Olympics, we in these games, we on your sports team, making you billions upon billions upon billions, and you won't stop oppressing us. So we show the world, even though we up in here making this little bit of money, doing these things, even though we famous, you understand? We ain't forgetting our roots, man. We gonna make this symbol to let everybody know that we know what they're doing to us, and we know that they are racist and we are slaves. That's what these symbols mean, man. It's acknowledgement that we are the slaves in America. A lot of you Christians have forgot that. You try to teach people, teach your congregation to forget that we slaves, to pretend that this man that hates us, this man that oppresses and terrorizes and murders us, to pretend that he can be good. After all these years, ain't you realize that they can't be good? No matter who you put in for president, they can't be good. They can't stop these people from being who they are.
Right.
And who they are is the devil, man, the murderers of the earth, the deceivers, the terrorists, the criminals of the earth, man. These brothers took that stand and put up their fist in 1968, man. 1968 they did this. Go ahead, read a little more.
Oh, yeah, kind of okay. Said the protest had been something the two athletes carefully planned. As Smith and Carlos walked to the podium, they took off their shoes to protest poverty. They wore beads and a scarf to protect lynchings, to protest lynchings.
They took off their shoes as an expression of poverty, man. These champions in the Olympics, man, and they still got to show the world, because the world will forget. They'll see them standing up there winning these medals, and the world forgets that these are the slaves. They say, oh, that's great. Look at black people. They're winning the Olympics. They're doing great for themselves. See, every black person should do that. If they can do it, any black person can pull up their bootstraps. When they don't realize our brothers and sisters that's famous in these Olympics are suffering, man.
Right.
Wasn't that Reagan Simone just cried, man?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. Simone Biles just cried, man, because some devil up in there, that coach molesting all the girls, man. And all the stress it takes to focus with him molesting them, with the pressure of being perfect. They got to fight their body, even when they're sick, even when they hurt, they got to fight to be perfect, because our oppressor who's over these Olympics expects no less. Because she want to take a little break. They got pissed off at her, man. When she's human, she's a little girl. You understand? The body ain't built to do that all the goddamn time. It needs a break or it'll shut down. Right. Our oppressor don't care because it makes so much money for him. It makes so much money, it gives him so much fame. You understand? And that's what he lives for. He don't care about, he don't really care about the fame, but he cares about that dollar, man. Make him rich. He'll play the background all day. You'll never see who's in control, but he's the one getting all the money. You understand? And he don't have no other way. You got to fight through all that hurt, pain, and struggle. Oh, your mama died, so what? It's like the mafia. F you, pay me. You understand? Oh, this and that happened. Oh, you lost your son. Oh, poor thing. F you, pay me.
Right.
This is our oppressor, man. You don't care about a goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. You understand? These brothers took a stand, man, and raised their fists. He said, what? He took his shoes off to represent poverty. So they was fighting for poverty. Mm-hmm. And these Olympic champions.
Right.
Olympic champion, just like Simone Biles is the Olympic champion, man. Just like that shot put sister, man, an Olympic champion. You understand? Just like a sister in Costa Rica, an Olympic champion. And although they're champions, just like the sports team, they make the Super Bowl, brothers and sisters on that team. They make the big stats, getting the millions, getting the bonuses. They are still slaves, man. That's why they took a knee. Colin Kaepernick was one of the best, man, when he took that knee. But our oppressor don't care how good you are. If you defy him, he'll try his best to cut you off. He'll just make that money for somebody else. Shalom, Hebrew. We got Officer Ibar in the house. You understand? What's coming through, money man? You understand? Our oppressor, he wants his money, man. And you don't care to Simone. Get over it, Simone. I know he molested you. We're dealing with him. Get out there and make me rich, man. Make America look good before the world. Get out there. You understand? And these brothers here, they plan this thing. They said, we're going to get out there. We're going to remind people that we still the slaves. We empower people. They like people probably see them and want autographs, especially white people. Want autographs and so proud that they champions and all that there, they represent America and forget that they are poor. Man, they probably go home to horrible place. And at that time, even our champions, the best of us, singers that would pack stadiums of white people listening to them sing, and entertainers, after the show, they had to go to beat down hotels because they wasn't allowed in the good hotels. You understand? They had to hopefully have their broken down car have it work because they surely can't get no taxi or get no bus, with a white driver and all that. After all the fame and the glitz and white people cheering, after we entertain them, they expect us to go back to the ghetto. You understand? Go back to the hood. And the world forgets that when they see how great we are. They forget how poor we are and how impoverished we are by our oppressors. They forget that we are oppressed. And these brothers reminded everybody, man, they took their shoes off to represent poverty.
Right.
What after that?
Khan, they wore beads and a scarf to protest lynchings.
So beads and a scarf represented lynchings, man. They was making a hell of a statement, man. A lot of people don't even know this. A lot of Americans in America today said they just found out last year about Tulsa, Oklahoma. They never knew that.
Right.
They never knew the crimes and the deeds of their grandfathers, man. And the evils of their grandfathers and what they did to us. They think we just in the condition we in because we lazy. Why? Because their grandfather said push that narrative. They think we don't want to do these things because we just don't want to work. We don't want to be a success. And we don't want to do the right thing. They think that's us because their forefathers put a program out there to make us seem like that, to push that narrative. Use the news and the TV and the media to show these people in a horrible light. So everybody can see how horrible they are. Never talk about us. Never talk about our crimes. Redact those documents to talk about that. Make them unclassified. Nobody can know that. Bury them somewhere. Put them in a file in a vault somewhere. You understand? That's why they're so scared of critical race theory. Because they don't want all that dirt uncovered and having their children learn about that. These modern day Edomites, they don't know about all the crimes of their granddaddies. You got to be a special rank in America. They call it, most of these things is above white people's pay grade. They call it. You got to be an elected official with a certain clearance to learn about all the dirt of America. And before you learn about all the dirt of America, you got to take oaths and make pledges that if you talk about these things, you will be arrested in America. It's a federal crime for some politicians to talk about certain dirt that America got classified and covered up, man. That's why they don't want critical race theory. They don't want all their evils to come out because it might just change the mind of their children, man. These Edomites of today, these modern day Edomites, a lot of them are thinkers. And a lot of them haven't been brought up as cruel as their grandfathers. And if they find out how cruel their grandfathers are, they'll be offended at their grandfathers, man. And they'll realize I got all this good life, this life that I love, this America that I love. We got this because we did this to them people. We did that to them people. We started this program to them people. I mean, we put poisonous smoke in the chimneys of the projects of these people to see how it will affect them. We the ones started asthma in black and brown people. We the one did these things. You understand? They'll realize all the dirt that our president done to us, all of his crimes, and some of them might turn against their own people, man. Esau's good at turning against each other. We'll get into that in a second. You understand? So these brothers, they fought, they made a symbolic gesture with the beads and the scarf to say these people are still lynching us and we don't like it. It's a reminder. While white people is clapping and saying, yes, America won, yes, that was great. Now they got to look at this thing that means poverty. Why has he not got no shoes on? Why has he got them beads on? And our oppressors don't like that. They don't like to be reminded what they've done. Read.
And when the national anthem was played, they lowered their heads in defiance and raised their fists in a Black Power salute that rocked the world.
Black Power salute. That small little gesture, it rocked the world. And then our oppressor said that's political. They shouldn't do that. That's political. It ain't political. It's humans wanting to be free from under your foot. That's political to you? And you make it illegal to express that? The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Man.
Right.
It's just plain and simple. It's plain and simple, man. You understand? The UPK, we've been waking people up to who this man is forever, man. We've been fulfilling prophecy for a long, long time. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. You understand? We've been trying to wake people up to who this man is for a long time, and you see, with the sister with the X, made the X, the sister in Costa Rica who put up her fist. Our people ain't forgetting that. Our people ain't forgetting. You understand? Others that the guy mentioned earlier, man, made the same type of gestures, man. I know y'all ain't forget about Colin Kaepernick and all the sports players that turned their backs, man, on the national anthem. They try to make it about, oh, they hate the soldiers. No, no, we just hate dying under the hand of Americans. Go ahead.
Caught with Kyle, it's a little bit more.
Get that.
It says, and as the anthem began and the crowd saw us raise our fists, the stadium became eerily quiet, Carlos wrote. For a few seconds, you honestly could have heard a frog piss on cotton. And it says, as the national anthem played, the crowd began to boo them. Then some people in the crowd began to scream the national anthem.
They started throwing shit, you know what I'm saying? Throwing things. They started to what? Scream the national anthem?
Conor McCon, it was like they were saying, oh, you anti-American sons of bitches, we're going to shove this shit down your throat, Carlos wrote. They screamed to the point where it seemed less of the national anthem and a barbaric call to arms.
First, they were shocked. They were like, oh, say, what are those fists for? What are they doing? I know our slaves ain't acting up. I know our slaves ain't acting up. They said they got quiet for a little bit, like, what in the hell? Then they lost their mind. Started booing, boo, you niggas. Oh, man, they didn't say that, but I know there's so many niggas in the crowd, you probably can hear, you niggas, boo. And then they start screaming the national anthem, like, oh, say, you know what I'm saying? They had a fit. The rockets, red glare, bombs bursted in the air. They start screaming to show that they said that it was like, it wasn't even the national anthem no more. Of course, it was a lynch mob. That's what it turned into. It turned into a lynch mob. Why? Because black men decided to say, can y'all stop lynching us? Can y'all help us out with keeping us in poverty? You understand? Can you stop oppressing us so much? You understand? Can you respect black people? That's what all black power is. Black power is, even though you kill us, we trying to stand strong. So can you please stop killing us a little bit?
Right.
That's all black power is. You understand? That's all it is. But they don't want you to have that much. Because if they let you have that, if they start respecting you, then you might want a little more.
Right.
You might want to be free. If they give you a little bit, you might ask for a little more, and then a little more. And they know that. And they sit down and have meetings about that. Well, let's give them this. Can we give them this, this, and this? No. So if we give them this, this, and this, it's going to eventually naturally lead to this, that, and that. And we can't give them that because then it'll lead to that, that, and that. So we have to keep them here. And the Lord said that a long time ago in Psalms 83. They have crafty counsel against us, man, that the name of Israel be no more remembered. Because if they loosen up on us, then everybody might find out who we are. Everybody might find out the dirt that America did to us. And then it'll break the Stockholm syndrome that we suffer from.
Right.
You understand? And we'll look at these people for the monsters that they are. You understand? You understand? We close, man. All these things, I bring out all these stories to show you that our people are waking up to what the UPK has been telling them for years. Years ago, y'all don't remember. I don't know if they still say it if they can. But they say, oh, y'all talking about the white man. Why y'all always talking about what he did? He ain't make us do this. He don't make us do that. He don't force us to do this. The man ain't at fault for everything. Now they starting to see that this man got his hand on our backs, and he the reason. Without him and what he doing to us, we will prosper naturally, man, and be great. Go ahead, Dad.
What you bringing out is so heavy, General Mayak, with and I was by how y'all could contest to this. Last Saturday at camp, while I was speaking, an oppressor came up and was like, well, Christ loves everybody. These black Hebrew Israelites, they're going to damn you to hell. And the crowd was not with it. Israel was not with it. One sister, I asked the crowd, I said, who murdered 99 million, First Nation men and women? And I can tell you, General, the sister ran up in the white man's face and said him. I was like, well, give her a hand. And ran him ran him down the street, sir. Salagi.
They get it, man. They start to get it. I think it was a couple years back, man. Was it DC? Some old fool, some Edomite started screaming in front of the camp, and one of the brothers in the crowd ran up, cold knocked him out, and kept running. No, it was Minister, it was Kabaj. Hey, Kabaj is camping in Indianapolis. And they just kept speaking like they supposed to. The devil was howling, no, shut up, no. Some brother came up, bah! That's telling you they know who the oppressor is. No, we don't condone that. We don't tell nobody to do that. Because Esau, that's all he wants. Have to lock you up. A lot of them idiots at the camp be sent by the government, be CIA, undercover CIA and undercover feds trying to provoke us into, making us knock their teeth out and arresting them. So we know that, and we don't even want nobody in the world to do that. But we didn't see this brother coming. He just ran up, cold cocked his devil and kept going. You know what I'm saying? Lord be with him. You know what I mean? And so a lot of them waking up, and they know, man. They know they tired of hearing these lies. Especially Trump. The Lord used Trump to wake everybody up, man. Black and brown people woke up to this man being the devil. Now, we still always, because of that damn church, that church make us still look for a white hope. And a lot of us fail and think we found it in Joe Biden. You understand? And think we found it in Kamala Harris because she got brown skin. You understand? But she's not one of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get that. These people are not listening. Did the murder stop? Hell no. Hell no. Now, the Most High is moving on these people, man. And he's setting this kingdom in disarray because he prophesied he would these last days. Go ahead. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Karakan. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Don't let nobody fool you with nothing, man. With none of their tricks, don't let them fool you with religion. Don't let them fool you with nothing, man. That church is diabolical into fooling us and convincing us that these people can change.
Right.
That these people can change. Christ called them the devil, man. The Lord called them the wicked, man. That's what he calls them. Now, let me explain this again. I got to explain this all the time. When the Lord talk about a people or a nation or a race, right? He's speaking in general, like these people are the wicked. Now, is there 1, 2, 3? Is there a few Edomites that really might hate their own people and will stand with black people? Maybe. That may be. We're not saying that. You understand? But them being a wicked is the generalization, and it's true. It's like a stereotype, but it's true. They are the devil. Now, yeah, your white boss at the job might really like you and buy you lunch and all that, or your supervisor, or your co-worker. Your white co-worker. My rib used to work out with this Edomite, man. This Edomite woman. You know, they used to get it in. She said, give her a ride. One time the car broke down, gave her a ride. I came and got it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do nice things, you understand? But as a race of people, they are created to be the wicked, and they fulfill that. Right. They fulfill that. They say black people love chicken and watermelon. Now, I done met black people who don't like chicken, don't eat it. I don't like black people who don't like watermelon. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, that's true. Black people like chicken and watermelon, and collard green, and what's the cornbread. You know what I'm saying? As a people, we love it.
Right.
As a people, but it don't mean every single one of us does.
Right.
You understand? So as a people, the Lord said they're the wicked. That's what they are. You can't change that. And 1 or 2 of them is not going to fight off the rest of them. Trust and believe.
Right.
They made movies about it, man. What's the one where the black people jumped on the train at the end? With Ben Raines. Big Ben Raines. Oh man. When the Edomite raped the Edomite woman and she blamed it on a black man. Rosewood. Rosewood was a movie that showed you, stop here off my train of thought. What was I saying? The last point I made. It shows you that these people don't have, our best interest, and you can't change them. You understand? It shows you that you can't change them no matter what you do. You understand? You can pretend that they're good. You can pretend that they're, going to help you, but they don't. And listen, in Rosewood, there was the shopkeeper. He was hiding the black people. You know what I'm saying? You had that. He was Harriet Tubman. Trying to free the slaves. You had white people at certain points that was helping out with the Underground Railroad. You understand? And that's only the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That had them help us in any way. But the mob came in and said, man, if you don't let them people out of there, we know you hiding them. You don't let them out of there, we're going to burn you and your shop with them. Nigga lover, call them nigga lover. You understand? And they can't fight the masses. They can't fight that mob. You understand? So they say, damn, all right, don't burn my shop. And what can they do when they take you out lynching you? They don't like it, but they know their kids are safe. They know they're safe. You understand? And to be fighting for us is just too much. It can cost them their life. So they give that fight up easy and quick. Right. You understand? So as a people, they are the devil, man. Mm-hmm. Maybe you did meet some nice ones. Maybe. You understand? There's a lot of little white groups. You understand that you fight to get black people out of prison. Right. That don't make the race not the devil. Right. And they get they get money for that. They get grants and all type of money for that. Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna do it if it's gonna hurt them or if they're gonna go broke doing it. They give it up quick. But once again, our oppressor, he's about that bag. I know you blacks and brown people understand that. He's about the bag. That's right. You understand? He ain't doing nothing for free. Mm-hmm. Read on.
Karakan. For that day shall not come.
Don't let nobody trick you. Don't let these Christians lie to you. Don't let these oppressors lie to you. Go ahead.
Except there come a falling away first.
We're always talking about Jesus and Jesus coming back in the kingdom of heaven. We ain't getting none of that. No Jesus, no kingdom of heaven unless somebody falls. Right. There's got to be a falling away first. And that falling away is talking about America. America got to fall before we get our kingdom, man. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin got to be revealed before we get our kingdom. Meaning everybody got to know who the devil is. They got to see who the evil and the wicked is, man. And we waking up to it, man. Israelite School and UPK been working hard on these streets. We've been teaching the win. Brothers go out to camp. If it ain't nobody in front of the camp, they speak to the wind, like the scripture said. Mm-hmm. And the Lord carry that word to whoever need to hear it, man. You understand? So we don't stop this fight because we under orders not to stop this fight.
Right.
We teach and do everything we can, and people are waking up, man. Believe it or not. Your rappers that you idolize so much, they know about us. All your actors, your entertainers, they know about us. But they also know that this man is the devil. So they can't talk about it too much. A couple of them tried. Nick Cannon, he tried to say a little bit of what he know. Your football players, they tried to say a little bit of what they know. A lot of them, even Tiffany Haddish, even try to touch on it. You understand? Kevin Hart, he lied calling his woman a rib. Yeah, my rib this, my rib that. This was years ago. A lot of them hearing you. And they repeat what you're saying, and they believe in some of what you're saying. But in their mind, they still got to make a living. They still can't totally come up against the oppressor because he is the oppressor. That's just proof that they know he's the devil. They know they can't speak freely or to ruin their career. You understand? They're not built like us. Like we soldiers and ready to lose it all for the word of the Lord. You understand? They're not there yet. They're not there, but they're hearing you. And they waking up to what we're saying, and they know who the oppressor is because of it. Said that man of sin got to be revealed. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition. You understand? Hell and trouble and everything horrible. You understand? The son of perdition. He's the child of everything horrible, everything that goes wrong, everything that destroys, everything that oppresses and murders. You understand? He's the child of it. You understand? Hell is his daddy, in other words, which is Satan. You understand? Where we going? Let's go to whole Leviticus for the rest of the next thing. Read on. Read.
Kaukan, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
And he uses his power and his ability to murder to take over everything and sit over top of the world like he is God, like he is the Most High. Go ahead.
Or that is worship.
Or that is worship. That's why you can't even put up a black fist in America and work for him. You can't even take your shoes off. You can't even show that, we don't like getting lynched. You can't say that. I don't want my people to continue getting lynched. You can't say that. He'll accept nothing less than you worshiping him, man. He wants you to worship him like the Most High. And any plea or can you stop hurting us? Can you stop murdering us? He's like, you don't respect me as God. I am God. I kill as I want to, and I have mercy as I want to. That's who he thinks he is. And he thinks everybody's supposed to just fall to his feet and submit to him.
Right.
And any symbol that he is not God, that he is something bad, he'll try to destroy you because of it, man. They were singing the national anthem when these brothers raised their fists, and they start screaming like mad lunatics. Start screaming the national anthem, man, if these brothers for putting up a fist. For putting up a fist. Go ahead.
Kaukan. So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God.
That word God is translated to mean power. Power. He knows he's all power on this earth. He knows he got control of everything. You understand? He knows he has the biggest army. He's the greatest country on the earth, man. Got the biggest army in history ever, in history. You understand? You understand? He knows his strength is above all, and so he expects you to acknowledge him like God. And anything less is an offense to him. Is an offense. That story about the criminal background.
Kanawakan. Man formerly charged in stabbing death of grandmother, stabbing of mother, and shooting of 3 strangers. Man formerly charged in stabbing death of grandmother.
This is the Edomite, this is the white man. He stabbed his grandmother, go ahead, murdered her, go ahead.
Stabbing of mother, and shooting of 3 strangers.
And he just shot 3 strangers. This is the bloodlust in these people, man. Killed his grandmama, killed his mama, shot 3 strangers. Go ahead.
It says Aaron Morgan, 28, will be charged in the death of his grandmother, Diane Gafford, as well as multiple other charges once he is released from the hospital. It says the man who deputies say killed his grandmother, stabbed his mother, and shot 3 strangers on Sunday was charged with simple criminal damage of property, court records show. In that case, he spray painted graffiti on the side of a bus at Life Tabernacle Church. A probable cause report shows. Besides that encounter with the police 10 years ago, Aaron Morgan, 28 years old, had only traffic infractions on his criminal record in East Baton Rouge Parish. He said he had only traffic infractions on his criminal record.
They look back after he did these horrible things and saw that he only had a charge for graffiti and he had simple traffic violations. That was it. Go ahead.
Khan. It says Morgan, who remains hospitalized after being shot following Sunday's police pursuit, will now be charged with the death of his grandmother, as well as numerous other criminal offenses, investigators say. He is accused of stabbing both his grandmother and his mother inside a home in Baton Rouge Sunday morning. He is accused of shooting 3 people outside an upscale shopping center up the Highland Road as he attempted to steal multiple vehicles. Colonel Khan. Morgan is then accused of leading police on a chase that ended near the corner of Jefferson Highway at Blue Mount Boulevard. After he exited the vehicle, he allegedly tried to carjack someone. He then jumped a nearby fence and pointed a gun at police authorities. Colonel Khan. Deputies then shot him twice. He was wounded and transported to a hospital. No one else was injured at the scene.
And why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because they were shocked that he did all this and didn't have a criminal background. That somewhere it says that, or maybe they were shocked that he only had traffic violations. They were shocked that he only had a charge of graffiti, knowing that he's an animal. He murdered his grandmother, mother, and shot other people, pointed the gun at police, carjacked, tried to get away and all that, man. Like, this is a cat who, this ain't just no cat that have traffic violations to do all this. They know this is a monster, man. And this can't be the first time he done something horrible. So the point is they were shocked that he only had these minor infractions in his past. You understand? And that's that, which leads me to this. Give me Leviticus 19 and 15. Like, they act like they're so shocked, right? That he did these murders with no criminal background, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is that these people do crime all their life. And they never get held accountable for it. Even when they caught. Even when they caught, they don't get held accountable. You understand? They get a slap on the wrist. I saw a little skit talking about this same subject with Terry Crews. He got some show out where he's a police officer, right? And he's talking to the other police officer, I got stopped from walking in front of my home yesterday. He's like a police a lieutenant or something in the police force on his show. And he said, I got stopped in front of my house. They said, oh yeah? They said, yeah, it never happened. I'm in front of my house. The guy asked me this and that. And I said, son, I'm in front of my house. I live there. He said, show me somebody. He shut your mouth. They harassed him. And he knew it was because of his skin color. And he's higher up on the police force and got treated like this was a crime. And his white guy on the show, the other white cop, said, oh man, that never happened to me. And I've done some pretty questionable things. And he told him a story of how he was climbing in his friend's window, with a ski mask on, with a Jason mask on, a hockey mask. He climbed through the window and the police saw him and said, hey, what are you doing there? And he said, oh, officer, I'm just playing a prank on my buddy. And the cop said, oh, carry on then, have fun, and walked away. You understand? Now, with a ski mask on, looking like a full burger. You understand? And that's what goes on in America, man. They see white people doing the most evil things, and it's like, it can't be that bad. Because they got the white privilege. You understand? Or they overlook it. Or something happened, they may put the cuffs on him and talk to him. Why you do this, man? What's going on? Come on, you're better than this, dude. Don't do it again. Give me the drugs. Give me the gun. Give me this. Uncuff him and let him go. So you don't do this anymore. That's their life. I'm doing a ton of horrible crime. Getting caught with guns or getting caught with bodies. You understand? Getting caught with bodies in their home. And you don't hardly hear about it, man. Every now and then you hear about some guy living in them gated communities, they find bodies in his house. That means a lot of them doing it. If they found him, his must have been so horrible and it got out so quick that they couldn't cover it up. You understand? But this is how these people live on a norm. You understand? And they don't pay for it. You don't hear about it. It ain't in the news. Because they got orders. It's a society not to make their people look bad. But when it comes to us, boy, black people and brown people, brother, they hunt us from children. They stop us for nothing, for jaywalking, a little BS, man. So from when we're young, they start and get our names in the system. Then when we're a teenager, stop us for something else and constantly running our name. Right. They pull us over, they claim for a broken light or a light ain't out yet. We got to get a bulb for the light, pull us over and run our whole background and try to see what they can pull up on us to add to it, man. So by the time we young men, hell, maybe we make a mistake to do something. Right. And they lock us up and look back and see he got locked up for weed when he was 14. Listen, when he was living, he was caught with a beer in his hand. Oh, this is a thug here. This is a criminal. And therefore, the judge, when they go to court, he can give us the top sentences because we got priors. And we in the system already. This is what they do to us. But their people get away with all type of heinous crimes, man. Heinous crime. I done heard them interview real life Edomites and said, man, I got away with so much in my life. I done done so many horrible things, and the police let me go for it when I got caught. You understand? And he was saying that because he see how black people get locked up for nothing, man. And we get treated horrible for nothing. We get punched in the face and thrown on the ground for nothing because we look like somebody. Get our car searched and everything thrown out the car while we laying on our stomach on the ground. Grandma was on their stomach and big grandmama chest got to lay on it, halfway can't breathe because of some mess that they thought. And they got some report or something and she looked like or whatever. Or she was driving too slow or maybe too fast. One grandmama, that recent story, she didn't see them with the lights on. She didn't see them following her. They got mad because they had to follow her about a mile or so. Threw her all out the car, man, and she was some young criminal. Slammed her on the ground. That's these people, man. Leviticus 19 and 15.
Go, God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor.
Remember that, man. The Lord said, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, man. When it comes to judgments, because with judgments come penalties. Mm-hmm. You understand? So when it comes to these judgments and these penalties, the Lord is saying you got to be fair. That's the point of being a judge. Because you get to issue penalties. So you got to be fair. It said, no unrighteousness in judgment, but ye shall what? But thou shalt not what?
Thou shalt not respect the person.
Thou shalt not what?
Respect the person.
Don't respect the persons, the Most High said. Thou shalt not. This is a commandment, man. To be righteous, you can't respect the person. Go ahead.
Of the poor.
Go ahead.
Nor honor the person of the mighty.
You shall not respect somebody because they're poor. You a judge. You feel bad for poor people, that's fine. But you can't look at him being poor when it comes to judgment. Right. You got to be fair and right. Now, you can't show honor to the person of the mighty. Somebody that got power or fame or wealth. You can't play favoritism with them. You can't look at that. You just got to be plain, simple, and fair. Fair and righteous. That's what our God commands. Real quick, Deuteronomy 1 and 17. That's what the Most High commands. If you want to be righteous, if you want to have righteous judges, if you want to be right, you understand? Because if you don't want to be right, why even have a judge? Right. If you don't want to be right.
Right.
If you want to be wicked and evil, hell, just you heard they did it, go kill them. You're wicked, evil. What the hell you having a trial for? Mm-hmm. What's the judge for? What's the argument back and forth for when all of you are wicked bastards? You know what I'm saying? It's just for show in America, man. It's just for show. The Lord said, don't be unrighteous, man. Don't show favor to the lowly. Don't show favor to the higher ups. Read 1 and 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 17. You shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
That's it. That's all I want on that. You're supposed to hear the small as well as the great. Don't do no unrighteousness. Have no respect to persons. Give me Lamentations 4 and 18. But as we all know, America is built on respect to persons, man. Mm-hmm. That's how they function on respect to persons, man. They function on doing totally opposite of how God said to run things. Mm-hmm. They run their society totally satanic, man. And that's why we can't win in this place. If God is not with us, man. The Most High is not with us, we can't win in this place. Lawyers will tell you, any lawyer, black lawyers will tell you, if you poor, it really is hard to get justice in America. Right. That's why black people take pleas, because we know we about to get railroaded. So I'm going to take this plea to get these 3 to 5 years. Because if not, I'm going to get railroaded in trial, and I'm poor, and I can't afford to, lawyers that's friends with these judges, this judge. The lawyers I can afford, this judge hates them, these public defenders and these little lowly lawyers. He hates them and offended that he even trying to defend me. and I'm gonna get 20 to 30. So I better take this plea, sign this paper saying I did it, even though I didn't. I'm gonna sign and say I didn't, and get this 3 to 5. I'll see my kids in 5 years. That's how I work with black and brown people. But white people, they not guilty. Not guilty. They go to trial. They go to trial and they get the best lawyer. And even if they get found guilty, this system is set up to where they got some money and still can afford them good lawyers to make calls and find the right judge. They can appeal that thing years later and get time off early. They know if they make a deal and say, I did this, and make a plea, they can never make them appeals in the future and get that time knocked down. They gotta say not guilty. White people know how to operate their unjust system. They not guilty, they ain't trying to hear no damn plea. They not guilty, even if their lawyers say, listen, we're gonna lose this one. You understand? But I got the appeals working already. I got people, I made some calls. You might be going there for a little bit. It ain't gonna be the most horrible place, because you got money. It's gonna be a little vacation, car vacation. Tell your wife you're going on a couple years vacation. And by the time we done with these appeals and get these right judges in line and rub the right elbows with these politicians, you're gonna be out of there. Don't sweat that. You understand? And they know this. Don't be surprised if George Floyd's murderer do some appeal or some finagling years and get that time cut way down, man. Because he stuck to it and pleaded not guilty, man. That's what they do. But it's not like that for us. Because why? Without money, once again, it's hard to get justice, man. So what is the ISUPK? Why do we know we gonna fight and stand with the Lord and still get justice? Why? Because what's better than money? The Most High. Having the Most High on your side is way better than money. You understand? Go read Lamentations 4 and 18.
Go. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
Hunt our steps.
This is how we get treated, man. This is why we got records when we 19 and when we 22. We look back and see we got records. Why? Because they hunting you. They hunted us, man. From when we little kids, man. They hunting us and trying to get us for anything. You cross the street in the middle of the road. You ride a damn motorcycle down the street and pop a willie. You on paper now. They got you on paper. You leave a beer can on the step. You on paper now. They find you and plant drugs on you. Now you on paper now. Whether you beat it or not, whether they throw it out or not, you on paper now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I know some brothers who got locked up for Slurpees, having a Slurpee in the wrong cup. Having a Slurpee in the wrong cup in Baltimore. Got arrested for that and had to do community service when the judge threw it out. And listen, even when the judge threw it out, the judge still wanted them to pay the fine. Like even when the judge on your side and say, this is ridiculous, I'm throwing this out, after you've done the community service and got on paper, and now you got to do a whole process of getting it expunged off of your goddamn record. You understand, which takes a long time. But even when the judge throw it out, you still owe the court for fines and different things because of the whole thing. Fines and things, if you don't pay, it just increases. You know what I'm saying? Or they try to put a warrant out on it. You know what I'm saying? So you won't pay when you in the system, no matter what, for nothing. Just because how somebody felt. Just because of the oppression. Just because of these terrorists want to get you on paper. They don't care if you stay on paper. They don't care. Half of them don't show up to court. These officers, once they arrest you and put a charge on you. After, if you do show up to court, they ain't even there. You understand? But it's all to get you on paper. Why? Because they hunt your steps. So when you really make a mistake, they can put up the time they found a damn joint on you, or the time they found a little pocket knife on you, or the time you were drinking outside. You understand? Or the time you did any little small infraction, man. You understand? They get you for it and put you on paper so that they can punish you later. While their people get away with much bigger crime. Get away with it. This is a monster. You think this is the first time he's done something horrible? You think he just snapped and did something horrible? No, this is him. This is him. This is how he does. Imagine the mind you gotta have to murder your grandmother and stab your mother and just shoot random people and shoot the police. Black people too scared to shoot the police because they murder us for nothing. So we know if we shoot the police, hell, they call it suicide by God. You understand? This ain't the first time this devil has done horrible things. It's just that whatever he was caught for in the past, he don't get punished for it. He don't get punished for it. You grab that next story for what?
Fourth officer who responded to U.S.
But we cannot go in our streets.
No, man, we can't even be free to walk around in the streets, man. We can't even go in the streets. Ask Trayvon Martin. You understand? Ask what's the little kid with the gun? Tamir Rice. He tell you good and well, you can't even be out in front of your door, man. Brothers have been murdered in their grandmama's backyard. Brothers have been murdered sitting on their porch. Our sister, Breonna Taylor, was murdered sleeping in her own goddamn bed in her own apartment. Murdered. Right. One sister was harassed and thrown down butt naked coming out of her shower in her own home. And before Breonna Taylor, there was a brother that they didn't let get out there like that. And so after Breonna Taylor, he got murdered in his own home too in the bed. Busting his house with lights and sound gas and the ear bombs to shock you. An old man, he wake up out the bed in shock. Said his vision wasn't good, nor his hearing. And they come in there with all this noise and flash bombs, startle him. He wake up and they shoot him to death, man. 60-something years old. They hunt our steps, man.
Right.
But they get smacked on the wrist for the worst crimes.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead. You got the story?
Yeah, kind of.
Finish the scripture?
La, sir.
Finish up the lamentation.
Kawaka. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 19. Our persecutors.
Persecutors, man, because they persecute us. But their people, they give that privilege to. They privilege with that pale skin. So they don't get harassed and terrorized. You understand? They don't get harassed. You come on their land, they got big land, you know, one house on all this land. The police roll up and say, hey, Bobby, I got reports of gunshots over here. Oh, Jake, I was just target shooting. I was just shooting at the targets. You know how I do. All right, you sure? Yeah, Jake, yeah. What's that? Is that your blood? Oh, yeah, I was cutting the wood over there. Cut my arm, man. That's my own blood. That's my own blood. All right, Jake, make sure everything's good. All right, Timmy, that's fine. All right, you have to go. You too. And the cop walk away. He don't go in there and find them people he got chained upside down in his goddamn shed. He don't even go that far to find them. You understand? Why? Because they give him the benefit of the doubt. That's the privilege that they got. You understand? So that's all I need on limitations. Go to this next story.
Fourth officer who responded to U.S. Capitol attack dies by suicide.
Police been killing themselves, they say, after the Capitol attack. All them Capitol police, some of them, this is the fourth one that they found dead, saying he killed himself. Go ahead. Isaiah 49:26.
A fourth police officer who defended the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection by extremist supporters of Donald Trump is now confirmed to have taken his own life.
So they investigated and they confirmed in the report is that he killed himself. Go ahead.
Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department confirmed late Monday that another of their officers, Kyle Ditfrag, died by suicide earlier in July, just hours after declaring that the MPD officer Gunter Hashida killed himself on July 29th.
Officer, Capitol Police, didn't kill himself, they say, man. And even after they had the whole court thing, they setting up the investigation, those officers that were in the court were testifying how horrible it was and how they got their asses whooped. And how they got beat up so bad protecting these politicians, and now the politicians is damn near turning their back on them, man, saying that that's a joke. They even made a video after them cops said how horrible they were beaten and treated, making fun of them, making fun of those cops who testified, man. This is how much these oppressors don't care about police, man. They try to push a narrative like they love the police and stand by the police. Donald Trump and his people, they hate the police. They beat the hell out of the police that day, man. So much to some of them is testifying in court on how much they got their asses beat, man. They asked the black cop who got his ass beat in Capitol Hill, they said, do you think this is America? Do you think this is how America is? He said, honestly, yeah, I think this is how America, man. One part of it, I think this is America. You know what I mean? How we got treated, how they treat us, especially me. Like they told him to he said, take off your gun and we'll show you what a real nigger is. Take off your gun. You understand? This is how they treated him. He said, yeah, this is actually America. This is how it is. Now, there's another America that I love, that I hope. That America is only in his mind. That one he hoped of. That one that he imagined it could be one day. That America is taught by the Christian church. That ain't a real America. Mm-hmm. That don't exist. That side of America is just in his mind. Right. Because the Christian church told him it exists somewhere. They're still looking for it. They've been looking for it for 400 years. You understand? And ain't gonna never find it. Right. You understand? That America don't exist. Right. You understand? So they testified that, and now these officers have been killing themselves, man. These latest two, the 3 and 4, they just killed themselves. That was after the trials. They must have saw that and see that these people don't like me. They was in a conflict. Now they really don't understand why yet because it's early. But I wouldn't be surprised if the government is cleaning house. I wouldn't be surprised if this government got a little hand in it. You understand? It may come out one day. Who knows? The Lord is exposing them for all their dirt. I remember that. And stuff again as hid as before. Because the Lord put a spirit on some of these Edomites that know how to dig and get that dirt. And they might get that dirt. One day we might really find out what happened to these devils. But whatever it is ultimately the Most High. The Most High bringing these people down, and he got this government in disarray. They hate each other and fighting each other, and it's beautiful because he said he was going to do it. And he's doing it why? For our sakes, man. For what he did, for what they do to Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. You understand? What they did to Mike Brown, what they did to Eric Garner, Tavia Rice, man. You understand? Trayvon Martin, all the Hispanic brothers and sisters who they did the same thing to, murder them for no reason, no threat whatsoever, then lie and say, I feared for my life. Or I thought he had a gun. Him thinking you had a gun, is enough for him to murder you now. Mm-hmm. Him just thinking you had a gun. Even if they find out it was your brush, your hair brush. Well, it was dark, the officer thought he had a weapon, that's justified. Your murder, your life is fine if they take it because of what this devil thought. Because what he said he thought. Your life means nothing to them, man. Your life means nothing to them. Read what you got.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 26. And I will feed them that oppress thee.
Everybody knows who our oppressor is. He's biblically known as the Edomites, Esau. Right. You understand? But the world calls him Caucasian. Mm-hmm. The world calls him white people. Right. That's what they call him. You understand? He's the one. He's the one that oppresses us. And the Lord said, I will feed what?
Feed them that oppress thee.
So maybe they hungry. The Lord gonna feed them with something. What's he gonna feed them with? Go ahead.
With their own flesh.
The Most High will feed them with their own flesh, man. Meaning he gonna turn them against them. He gonna feed them with their own flesh. Go ahead.
And they shall.
White on white crime ain't nothing new. They always talk about Chicago and black on black crime and Philadelphia and different cities, man. All the black on black crime. What in the hell you think that was at Capitol Hill? That was white on white crime, man. Right. What the hell you think it is all over America? White people kill each other. They kill other white people more than anybody else. Mm-hmm. More than any other ethnic group kills each other, man. Why? Because they got the power to commit mass murder. And we don't. We too poor. Right. Nigga lose his mind and shoot up a crowd. He shoot about 3 people. Kill one of them, shoot 3. Out of the whole crowd, he think he's doing something. The white boy, brother, he walking somewhere with that gun, that AK, that AR. You understand? And he murdered half the school. Half the teaching staff got to be replaced. Right. Because of this little devil, man. Right. Nobody murders like that. Right. You understand? The Lord said he gonna feed them with their own flesh. Read out the flesh.
Kawakan. And they shall be drunken with their own blood.
Pissy drunk, liquor all over the place. but not liquor, with their own blood, man. The Lord going to make them drunk with their own blood, meaning He's going to turn them against each other. You see it going on in this government. You see it going on in this government. Read.
Coca. So as with sweet wine. And as with sweet wine.
They're going to be drunk with their own blood the way an alcoholic will be drunk with some good sweet wine. Go ahead. You see a drunk laying on the ground, wine spilled on his shirt, wine on his mouth, the bottle dripping all next to him, wine everywhere because he didn't spill the liquor because he's so drunk. You understand? That's how the Lord will make them with their own blood, man. With their own blood. Like I heard somebody say something heavy. He said, the only thing white people can give us, I don't know who said it though. The only thing white people can give us at this point is their life. I don't know if they use those words, but it was like the only thing white people can give to make everything right, what they've done, is their life. And that's biblical, man. You understand? That's the only thing. We've been saying for years, man, that we don't want nothing from white people but their blood. But their life, man. That's the only thing that's making right for what they've done. How much they gonna give white people, black people, and brown people to convince us that we are good now? Ain't no amount they can give us, man. No amount. The price they gotta pay now is the price that God wants.
Right.
Which is their life, which is their blood. You understand? Read that last line again about the blood.
Coca. And they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know.
And everybody going to know. When they're going to war with each other and killing each other and destroying each other like they're doing now, setting up for us, destroying each other politically and professionally, soon it's going to get crazy. Soon it's going to be crazy, man. One of the Republicans going to bust a cap at another politician, man. It's going to get bad.
Right.
Or one of these supporters going to bust a cap at somebody else. It's going to get bad. You understand? The Lord said all, and when it happens, all flesh going to know that what?
Coca. Shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior.
They all going to know that God is with us, man. And He is our Savior. He turned our enemies against each other. Go ahead.
And thy Redeemer.
And He is our Redeemer. Talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, the Israelites. He is our Savior and Redeemer. Go ahead.
The mighty one of Jacob.
And we are Jacob, the 12 tribes. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And he said, He is our what? Mighty one. He is our mighty one, man. So we don't need lawyers, money to avoid criminal-ass lawyers like Rudy Giuliani, who know all the judges and been eating lunch and sitting with their families, the families of the judges, know them good like that. We don't need all that. All we need is the Most High.
That's right.
All we need is the Most High. We are not criminals. You understand? We don't do evil, and the Lord is with the Isupk, whether you believe it or not.
Right.
You understand? Go to that next story.
Government Representative Paul Gosar's siblings tell him to resign. Have you no sense of decency?
Read a little bit about this Republican GOP member, representative, and Republican Paul Gosar. What did he do? Go ahead.
The far-right lawmakers, brothers and sisters, said in a blistering op that he betrayed his family and his country. Siblings of Paul.
He betrayed his family. Tell him it's a devil whose own family turned against him. Remember, I'm going to feed them with their own flesh. The Lord said, his own sibling, his family is speaking against him nationally, saying you a bastard and you betrayed your family and your country. Go ahead.
Siblings of Representative Paul Gosar have called for action from the GOP against their brother, citing his links to white nationalists.
He's a white nationalist, man. He's a KKK member, a racist. Go ahead.
His COVID-19 denial.
And the Lord sent the plague, and his own people mad at him because he tried to downplay it. But the Lord started killing. They were like, wait a minute. He said it wasn't real. He said this. He said that. Him and that damn Donald Trump. Meanwhile, I done lost my daddy. I done lost this person. I done lost that. Meanwhile, I'm on my deathbed. They know these devils is trying to downplay the power of the Lord, and they pissed off at him. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, and his role in inciting the January 6th insurrection, among other wrongdoings.
And they sent a terrorist group against the government, man. They sent a bunch of terrorists to overthrow the government. That's what January 6th was. It was the Civil War there all over again. Them trying to overthrow the government because they didn't like it. And Trump was leading. Trump was leading the charge, man. And now his own family is pissed off at him, telling him he should quit, telling him he should step down. Now, all these things happening for the world to see, these things didn't happen 20 years ago.
Right.
The world wouldn't know about all these things 20 years ago. But our God, the Most High, is exposing these people, man. He's exposing the man of sin, man. He's exposing the son of perdition. That's how you know we in the last day. Right. The Lord said that day shall not come unless these type of things happen, man. We seeing all that nasty dirt, man. This is a GOP representative, man. You understand? Doing all this, who's down with the KKK. It's coming out. We wasn't supposed to know that. We weren't supposed to know the goddamn government and the politicians and the representatives is full of KKK members. That was supposed to be secret. We weren't supposed to know KKK members is on the police force. That's supposed to be secret. Right. But yet we hear the white cop saying, "What's wrong with you?" to the white woman. She said, "Please don't shoot me." He said, No, you're not black. He said it, man. And they got it on camera. He told the woman, "You afraid of me shooting you?" No, that's black people, not you. Black people should be afraid that I'll shoot them because I will. You understand? That's what the Lord is exposing these people. Go ahead, where we at?
That's pretty much it.
No, sir. Let's go to the Puma. Isaiah 47:1. Okay.
Cuomo faces calls for resignation from powerful Democrats in wake of AG report.
Cuomo he's the governor of New York. He's the governor of New York. You understand? And he always come off like he's such a good guy. You understand? A good guy, and he always try to act like he's against those bad Donald Trump Republicans and supporters, and he's so good, and he look out for black people. His brother too. His brother's Chris Cuomo, that's on CNN. Who always act like he care about black people. He loved the hell out of that black homo Don Lemon on CNN. Like they buddy, love each other. They say, "I love you too, Don. I love you, Chris," and they all love each other. It's so sweet, right? And his brother Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, he act like he's a thoughtful guy on different policies and all that. He cared. He tried to protect the people from the COVID and all this and that. You understand? But still out his mouth against God all the time. You understand? I think he said something heinous when COVID came out.
Yeah, if I could, sir. Andrew Cuomo came out and said, like when it seemed like COVID was dying down in New York, everyone there was a couple of reporters that was like, well, thank God. Cuomo stood up and said, God did not bring down the COVID-19 cases. We did.
He is like a child of God. He know God bought the COVID. You understand? And he thinks their power and their strength and their wisdom and their smarts and intelligence and technology is stop God. That's what he thought. He said, we stopped the COVID. We stopped God and his plan. That's what he said out of his mouth, man. And now look what the Lord doing to him. Read the story.
Honorable Khan. Governor Andrew Cuomo denies New York Attorney General's report that he sexually harassed women. Andrew Cuomo's remaining political support from top Democrats crumbled on Tuesday in the wake of a report that found he sexually harassed women. Cuomo has insisted that he did nothing wrong and made no indication in a video response that he will step down.
Once again, this is rich white people, they don't admit to no guilt. He was just on TV yesterday. He said, I did not sexually, inappropriately touch or do that to anybody. He totally denied it. He'll take it all the way to court. He said, let's clear this up before a judge. Let's go before a judge and this and that and this and that. And he denied it, man. When them Edomites are saying, them Edomites, you know what I'm saying, they know when somebody touched them. They said he did grab butts. He done went up under the blouses and squeezed breasts. He done kissed them unexpectedly. You understand? He tried to show in his defense how he just, they all say he's a touchy-feely guy. You understand? I think he pinched the cheek of Giuliani or somebody. Don't eat him like he like pinched the cheek of, just to show how touchy-feely he is. No, he ain't up there, under there rubbing them nipples. That ain't touchy-feely. Squeezing behind and all, rubbing thighs and different things. Like they're accusing him of a whole lot of stuff, man. And it's coming out and it's looking real bad for him once again. America can't be looked at like the bad guy. So even Joe Biden is asking him to step down. You know, and all the other politicians, they asking him, Pelosi and all of them asking him to step down. But he said he's not stepping down. He really gonna take this all the way to fight this, you understand? Read Isaiah 47:1. And all these come out because, you know, with this with the GOP representative, with Kumo, you know what I'm saying? All these things, these sisters putting up them symbols and, you know what I'm saying, of black freedom and you know, showing that, you know, we matter, man, and we tired of getting oppressed. Them brothers back in 1968, all this important to show that the Lord been bringing these people down, man. He been bringing them down. He been shaking the place up. He been revealing the son of perdition. He been revealing these people, the man of sin, man.
Right.
And he gonna keep doing it. And I'm about to read Isaiah 47 where he challenging them. He challenging them to stop what he's doing. How dare you? Like Cuomo said, we stopped COVID. Did you? Did you? Because I heard it got worse. It turned into damn Incredible Hulk. I heard now that COVID has got a cape with an S on his chest now. Yep. What you stop, Cuomo? You stop a damn thing. You can't even stop your hand from squeezing your goddamn secretary's breast, man. Right. You understand? The Lord is bringing this place down. And all these things, we ain't supposed to know these things. We ain't supposed to know all the inner workings in the dirt of these devils, man. Right. But once again, it gotta happen. It gotta be exposed before the Lord comes, man. Before we get to
right.
You got it, Isaiah 47:1.
This is the book of Isaiah, to the 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
And this is future prophecy, man. Talking about America. America is modern day Babylon. What does Babylon mean? Confusion. Because it's where the Lord confused the languages and made the different nations and races not be able to communicate with each other to build a tower to reach unto God. That's what they were trying to do, to defy the Most High and reach up into the heavens. Right. And the Lord shut it all down by confusing and confounding their languages to where they couldn't understand each other, man. And so they had to stop, and they never finished the mission. You understand? So this is why it's called Babylon. Read that again from the top.
Okay. Come down and sit in the dust.
Sit in the dust, meaning, come down from where? Because America right now is in heaven, man. The rulers of America, they in heaven right now. Black and brown people, we in hell if you ain't know. The ghetto is hell. Poverty is hell. Drugs and alcoholism is hell, man. High blood pressure, all these things we suffer from in the hood, child molestation, the Christian church is hell. Right. It's hell. The Muslim mosque, hell. Egyptology, man. All those conscious community cats, all that dumb African ignorant knowledge, so-called, all that's hell, man. Right. To be living a life after those lies and believing in that crap, man. That's hell. While our oppressors in heaven still murdering us. So the Lord is calling him out from the heaven, calling him down from heaven. Sit in the dust is where we at. We in the dust right now. But the Lord is going to be calling them out of heaven. Come down and sit in the dust where my people been for so long. In hell, on the ground. The average, normal, common people. Go ahead.
Okay. There is, I was talking, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is America called virgin daughter? Because a major war hasn't been fought on American soil, period. They've basically been untouched. They've been untouched by anything catastrophic. They threw them planes into the building. That's like a punch. But they haven't been shaken like the Lord is going to shake them back. O virgin daughter of Babylon. Confusion. Go ahead.
Sit on the ground.
Go ahead.
There is no throne.
No more throne. The Lord's going to pull them off of their throne. Remember, we read where they sit in the like they sit on the throne of God. You understand? But the Lord is going to pull them off the throne. Go ahead.
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Daughter of the Chaldeans. Chaldeans is a family in Babylon. Go ahead.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Why is the Lord about to bring hell and war and bloodshed on into America? So they ain't going to be called tender and delicate no more. Go ahead.
Karoka, verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal.
Grind meal. Go ahead.
Uncover thy locks.
Taking the millstone is work. The Lord about to make them work. They've been living good. Everybody else has been their slaves for so long. But now the Lord is about to make them go to work. The Lord is about to bring them down where they gotta fend for themselves.
Right.
They ain't gonna have no more slaves and servants, man. They're gonna take the millstone and grind. Uncover the locks. Go ahead.
Make bare the leg.
Make bare the leg. You know when somebody doing work, you know they gotta, they pull their pants up, or if they wear some type of garment, like imagine our sisters how they work, and they got the dresses on. They got to roll the dress up, and they got to bend their knees and get down and work. That's what the Lord's saying. They're gonna bare the leg. Remember, they're the virgin daughter. It's like a woman. It bare her leg, meaning pull her skirt to the side, or make a rip in her skirt, rip it a little bit, just to let her leg out so she can freely move to pick this up and to do this and to get this work on. That's how the Lord is describing this daughter of Babylon. Go ahead. Make bare the leg. Go ahead.
Uncover the thigh.
Uncover the thigh. Go ahead.
Pass over the rivers.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Roll it and dress up. Roll it clothes up.
Right.
Roll it leg up. Roll it dress up. They go in this water.
Right.
You understand? Because they got to fend for themselves. Go ahead.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will.
Shame shall be seen. The Lord said, "What? Did you go to the naked part yet? Read that again. 3.
Karokan. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Your nakedness, man. Your shame going to be seen by everybody. Because nobody used to seeing you work for yourself. Nobody used to seeing you having to go fend for yourself. You got to pull up your leg, your pants leg, or your dress leg and get in the water and catch fish on your own, or get your own food or whatever. Nobody used to seeing you do that. You always got servants. You always got slaves to do that. But now your nakedness going to be uncovered. Go ahead. Yea.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Everybody going to see your shame, man. The Lord exposes them, man. Their nakedness is all the dirt, all the things they got covered up, all the things they got hidden. You understand? All this is symbolic to show the Lord is going to expose them and uncover all their secret things, man. Like every day. Go ahead.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
I will not meet thee as a man. Meaning the Lord ain't going to come to these people. He ain't coming to them like a normal man go up and punch another man in the face. No, the Lord got their whole government in disarray.
Right.
Each other over policies, had war with each other over policies and different things. Some of them, are being exposed to being nationalists and racist. The other ones is fighting against racism. You got your own family coming against you. Even Donald Trump, his niece, wrote a book about him trying to expose him for the marblehead that he is. You understand? You understand? White people are coming against each other because the Lord said He's going to feed them with their own flesh, man. And He's going to expose them. And they're not meeting them as a man. All the things that's going to bring down America is going to be things that you don't even expect. Like they ready for war. They waiting to see who want to attack them and fight them. But the Lord going to come in a whole bunch of other ways first.
Right.
Otherwise known as COVID. That's number one. COVID. You understand? That's how you coming at them. That's turning them against each other. Because Donald Trump and the rest, some of them, they lie and say COVID ain't real, the vaccine ain't real. Meanwhile, COVID is kicking the hole in their ass, man. And some people starting to admit, I'm glad I got that vaccine, because I think I'll probably be dead. You understand? Like, I only had a cough this time. I only had to quarantine and had a little cough and a runny nose. But boy, I think without that, vaccine, it'd have been curtains for me.
Right.
And the Lord turned them against each other. Go ahead.
Karokan, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name.
The one an army. And the Most High is the Lord, is the God of armies. Go ahead.
The Holy One of
The
Israel.
Holy One. He's different and separate from everybody. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Sit in silent and get thee into darkness, meaning confusion, man. When they look around, they're going to see that this country is a mess like they see now. I'm saying it right now. This country's in a mess, man. And some of them saying they don't think it can be repaired. They don't think they can fix this country to go back how it was before Donald Trump. They don't think it's ever going to be the same again. Go ahead.
For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Even white people is finding out that their grandfathers were the most horrible people on earth. Edomite made a video about it. He made a video and said, "Look what we've done to these people. Look what we did. I can't believe it, man." And they don't want this to get out. They don't want all the dirt we did to black people to get out, because then we see that our grandfathers were horrible people. They would realize, they were just talking about this a few days ago. The people on the money, George Washington and Lincoln and all of them, Jefferson and all of them, those people on the dollar bill are some of the bloodiest men on earth.
Right.
The bloodiest, cruelest men on earth. And they on the dollar bill worship. You understand? They waking up to that realization. Go ahead.
Verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
That's what the Most High did, because he was pissed off at us for breaking his law and forgetting to follow his commandments. Go ahead.
And given them into thine hand.
And the Lord said, I gave them to you. I was angry with my people. I destroyed all the riches they were supposed to get. I took it from them. All the wonderful things, their inheritance, I took it from them, and I gave them into your hand. Go ahead.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
And you treated them like they wasn't my children. You see, I'm mad at my children, so I whooped their ass, used you at the belt, and you showed them no mercy. Go ahead.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Laid a yoke on them that was very heavy, man. You had no respect that they were still my children.
Right.
I gave them to you to beat them and to hurt them, but you went extreme on my children, man. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 7. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever.
And then you said in your mind that you ain't gonna have to pay for that I ain't gonna do nothing to you. Go ahead.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
You didn't remember the end. You didn't remember that every bad child eventually gets off of punishment.
Right.
You didn't think that when I let them off of punishment and I come to hug my children and kiss them again, that I'm going to look at all the whelps on their ass and all the abuse that they went through and said, man, you went too far with my children. You went too far. Like you tell a baby, you said, listen, don't let them eat that ice cream. If they try to eat that ice cream, you yell at them, tell them, you want to tell me. You yell at them, you call me on the phone, don't let them do that. Don't let them do this, all right? The baby said, yeah, I got him. You get back. She done beat your babies half to death, man. She done beat your babies half to death, half killed them, man.
Right.
Then burnt one of their arms on the damn stove, put it over the fire, spilled hot coffee on another one as a punishment. You realize you got a lunatic here, man.
Right.
You done went lunatic on my babies, man. You know what I'm saying? That's our oppressor. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly.
Because all he cares about is his pleasure. His money, his empire, his power, his army, his weapons. That's all he cares about. And he don't care what gotta hurt to get these things. He don't care how much of the sea he destroyed to do the things that he loved and to keep the power he got. He don't care how many people he murdered, how many cities he destroyed. He don't care how much food he poisoned to get this money and to sell this poison out there. He don't care how much of the air he pollutes. He don't care about none of it, man. Right. As long as he get that money, as long as he keep his power. Go ahead.
That says in thine heart, I am and none else beside me.
He think now the Lord can forget about him. He think the Lord ain't gonna come take him down. He think he's just as powerful as the Most High now. He think I am and none else beside me. That's what the Most High said. Most High say I'm the Most High. There's none above or beside me, because he's the Most High. But now this oppressor here, he didn't have power so long and become so strong. He say I am and none else beside me. How you like that, Yahweh? That's this bastard here. Go ahead.
Karaka. And Oslaki, I shall not sit as a widow.
And I'm not going to be a widow. You ain't taking me down. Go ahead.
Neither shall I know the loss of children.
Neither am I going to let you come invade my planet. I run the earth. I'm the superpower of the earth. We got weapons in space waiting for you to come back, waiting for you to send them angels. We ready for you. Most High, everybody should be how sad. That's right, Esau. Mocking the Lord, man. Talking about, come on back. We ready for you. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day.
One day, he said, these two things shall come to thee in a moment. And one day, meaning when the Lord make this move, it's going to come so quick. It's going to come so quick on these bastards who think they can stop the Lord. Go ahead.
The loss of children.
They lost many children, just like Pharaoh. Just like Pharaoh lost children, and there was crying in every house in Egypt at that time. The Lord said, you're going to know the loss of children, America. Great Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. The loss of children, go ahead.
And widowhood.
And widowhood. Your men going to die. Your soldiers, your army, they think they're so tough to fight against me and my angels. You're going to know widowhood real good. Go ahead.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection.
When I bring this death on your children and this death on your soldiers and your men, it's going to be perfect. Go ahead.
For the multitude of thy sorceries.
All of your lies and your witchcraft and your sorceries. Go ahead.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
And now when we think of enchantments, I know black people and brown people, we grow up thinking about Harry Potter and magic wands and, and little crystals and little fairies. We think of magic when we think of enchantments and sorcery. But our oppressors, his enchantments is those lies he tell on TV, man.
Right.
All those stars with the flags in the background and the lies he tell at his political summits or his things he have on TV, right. His speeches and all that. That's where all the lies and enchantments get put.
Right.
Because Christians believe that crap that Joe Biden says when he get on TV.
Right.
We believe Barack Obama when he got on TV with all the flags and the stars and the colors and the lights in the background. We believe that TV. That's where all of your enchantments and your sorceries come from, that TV and the radio.
Right.
These politicians, they're trained on sorcery and enchantments, man. How to speak and woo you. That's why Gad used to say, pale face, speak with a forked tongue. Why? Because Gad knew these devils are witches, man. And they'll speak to you in a way that'll enchant you if you ain't swift. If
right.
you ain't ready for them, they'll enchant you with their words. They'll say things. That's why, everybody know Donald Trump is a liar. You understand?
Right.
But why do he got so many supporters, and why do so many people send him money? He got a ton of money. You know what I'm saying? To go toward, anything he do in the future, man. Even though they know he lied, they know all of that, man. They
right.
all listen. I heard doing while he was president, man. While they was trying to impeach him, Edomites will say, yeah, okay, he lies about some things. He stretches the truth, man. But I love him, man. I love him. That's my God. They love him. You understand? And the politicians got a lot of us fooled, man, when they hear us. We believe with Bill Clinton back then when he played that sax and put them sunglasses on and blew that sax and said he smoked a little weed. He was like, damn, that nigga one of us. Right. He got a blowjob in the office. What? He for sure one of us. You know what I'm saying? We supported him when they found out that that our secretary was having oral sex with him. It was right. Like shit. We all been there. You know what I'm saying? We all do that, right? And they supported him. You understand? And all you gotta do is I'm sorry. This and remember that that old dog-looking reverend. Was it Ike? I forget his name. He had denied doing it. I think he stole money or something. And then it came on TV, cried, I have sinned, I'm sorry, I have sinned. Old redneck, old Wrigley. He got on there and convinced the people to love him again.
Right.
That's where the enchantments come from, man. Their words, like Psalms 50 said, their words were smoother than butter, but they were drawn swords, man. That's the enchantment.
Right.
That's the sorcery. They're lies, and this devil is good at lying. He's good at lying. You understand? Read.
Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
He think his the smart people of his race, his scientists and his doctors, all the ones he got to support him, and his council members, and his Congress, and his senators, all them old people who dare to make laws and sit and have meetings at Capitol Hill and determine what's the best road to take to make America greater. They thought all that was enough. Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop my power. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
So the Lord said he's going to bring evil on them, and they ain't even going to see it come. Go ahead.
And mischief shall fall upon thee.
Like they don't even understand. They haven't heard none of them really admit it and say, like this coronavirus, man, these variants, this is God checking us, man, for our evil. They don't even see the Lord at work in separating them. Got them arguing and fighting with each other. From racism to the plague of God. You understand? They got them fighting each other. Go ahead.
Karakan, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
And listen, no matter how hard they try, no matter what Kumo say, they ain't gonna be able to stop what the Lord bring on them. That's right. They ain't gonna be able to stop it.
Right.
Until the Lord decided to bring something new and stronger. Then that one might go away. Now they gotta continue with this new battle, this new plague. You understand?
Right.
Okay?
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly,
Go ahead.
which thou shalt not know.
And when I really turn the heat up, you ain't even gonna see it come. That's what he's saying to our oppressors in America. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments.
So now, what I'm about to do, and when I do it and turn the heat up, go ahead to your doctors, man, your scientists and your counselors. Go to your psychologists. Go ahead.
And with the multitude of thy
You
sorceries,
want to make your speeches on TV and try to convince the people that I ain't busting your ass. Go ahead.
wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
You to learn from a young guy. You to learn they told you since you've been a kid, man, because you're a rich family, to make you a Rhodes Scholar and to educate you in the top ways of America that all white people ain't privy to. We didn't taught you the secrets of America since you was a child. We didn't chose you to be one of us up here. And now the Lord is challenging them, the ones that run the earth, the ones that make all the decisions, challenging them. Go ahead and use all your counselors and your psychologists and see what. Go ahead.
If so be thou shalt be able to profit.
Let's see if you can stop me. Let's see if you can stop what I'm bringing on you and get over on me and still be good at the end, still profit. Go ahead.
If so be thou mayest prevail.
If so be thou mayest prevail. I mean, if you can stop me, maybe you'll win. You'll knock me out of the box and go ahead and run America and keep staying power. The Lord is challenging. The Lord is challenging the daughter of Babylon, aka America. Take all your smart people with wisdom, all your German scientists, all your psychologists, your doctors and your scientists, all your witches, all your counselors, everybody. Take them all. And y'all sit and have your crafty counsel and see if you can stop what I'm bringing. You might just win. That's what it means, if so be thou mayest prevail. Like, if you can stop me, you might just win. If you can stop what I bring on you, you might, maybe you'll beat me up. The Lord said. Maybe you'll beat me up. I doubt it. Read on.
Verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
Thou art weary, meaning you have so many counselors You understand? Trying to figure out how to straighten America up, how to make America better. How do we stop these Republicans? Republicans having meetings on how do we make these Democrats look bad. And they're at war with each other right now. They're at war with each other right now, having meetings on how to get over on each other. You understand? Read.
Verse 13. It's like it. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators.
They like technical word for the ones that can determine the future, tell you what's going to happen in the future, what you got to do to make America better in the future. Go ahead. To make America great again. Go ahead.
Stand up and save thee from these things.
So challenging. When I bring this hell on you, man, when I turn it up, stand up and save you from these things. Go ahead.
That shall come upon thee.
So that's it. Stand up and save yourself. If you so bad, you think you are, and none beside you, you so big and bad, stop this thing that I'm bringing on. Stop this thing that I'm bringing on.
Sluggy.
So, good. You gonna say that?
Lots.
No sweat. So that's it on that. So that's the whole point. All those stories I brought out, I had to go into them because they're so good to me to see these politicians at war, right. To see America at war, to see sisters and brothers standing up still. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't quit. Like no matter what our oppressor do, we still stand up. Now I got a few questions, but I ain't got time to go into them. But one thing I would like to clear up, your diet. Go to the, I think it's the last one. Go to the cult.
Conor McCon. The last question.
Yeah, let me see.
Conor McCon. Yeah, Conor McCon.
No,
it says Christian Israelites who realized the church they were slugging. Says Christian Israelites who realized the church they were in is against God, calls us Israelite groups cults.
All Israelite groups cults. And see, and what's going on, and listen, this is something most brothers and sisters in the Isupk you ain't even got to care about, you understand? But in case it come up to a few of us, you got Christian Israelites out here mad because they found out that the Christian school they was in, the Christian church that they was in, even though they was Israelites, been lying to them. They seeing that they've been stealing their money. And listen, a lot of them knew from the beginning. They've been stealing and lying to get your money and not doing the right things and oppressing their people. One cat was saying, you got to give 10% tithes, you got to give 10% for something else, and then another 10% for something else. It was like 30% they had to pay. 10% for, I think, a garment. I think, and every year they had to buy a new $1,000 garment. Every year, no matter if the old one was good or not, but every year they had to get a brand new garment. It's just a few of the things that we heard was going on in some of these groups, man. They had to pay 30% tithes. You understand? And so now a lot of them is leaving them groups. The Lord had killed some of their leaders. The Lord had destroyed them. A lot of them committed suicide too. I don't know if y'all heard. A lot of these Christians, one cat just jumped off a roof in Brooklyn or in New York somewhere. Just jumped off a roof, man. And they've been committing suicide over the years, just finding out that, just finding out the truth that this thing that they knew was wrong, that they've been supporting now and turned against them. That's when they hurt. That's what it really comes down to. Once they get offended, or those Christian Israelites do something to them, they get upset. You understand? So a couple of these punks on there saying, yeah, it's just a cult. The whole Israelite thing is a cult. Listen, it may be a cult, but they're a cult that teaches lies.
Right.
They're a cult that teaches lies. I'm gonna show you about a cult that teaches the truth. You understand? And the Isupk, listen, we represent well. We cult leaders. You understand? And we ain't afraid to say we a cult. We a cult. You understand? But I'm gonna make you understand what a cult is. You got that definition?
Conor McCon.
Go ahead.
Conor McCon. Cult, a relatively small group of people.
A relatively small group. That's the important part. A cult, they just call a cult because it's just a small group. Like this is a Christian society we live in. And when I say Christian society, I don't mean the Christian that Jesus Christ talked about. I don't mean the follower of Christ or the anointed ones that the real Christians are in the Bible. The real Christians in the Bible were the Israelites.
Right.
You understand? It said the Israelites or the disciples who were Israelites were called Christians. And they were called Christians because Christian means anointed one.
Right.
And Yahushua, Jesus Christ, is the anointed king. So they were Christians because they followed him, but that was just a title. It meant anointed ones. You know what I mean? And Israelites are the only Christians, an Israelite. If you're not an Israelite, born Israelite, you can't even be an anointed one. You understand? But modern day Christianity changed the whole meaning, and modern day Christianity worships Cesare Borgia, which is a white man, a white Italian, who they painted to be Jesus Christ and lied to the world and said that they are Jesus Christ. So a cult, the definition is a small group, go ahead.
A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister.
Right. So now, in the Isupk, we're very small compared to Christianity, compared to the Catholics and the Baptists and the Seventh-day Adventists, all these Catholics out here praising white Jesus, thinking he is God. That's the first time you know that you're a Christian, because you think Jesus is God. You think the laws are done away with. You understand? You think you can have a personal relationship with God, meaning you can live a lifestyle different from another Christian, and both of you serving God. And God loves you no matter what evil you do, what sin you do. Well, you Christians are so disgusting. How can there even be sin if the laws are done away with? If the laws are done away with, there is no sin. There is no sinners. A sinner is a criminal against God, right? Everybody?
Right, sir.
Criminal against God. So if there's no laws to break, you can't be a criminal against God. There's no such thing as a sinner.
Right.
Or sin if the laws are done away with. You Christians are disgusted and evil in the eyes of God, man. And so a cult is just a small group, because we're not as big as Christians. We're not as big as the Catholics. We're not as big as Islam. We're a small group. Why? Give me 1 Corinthians 4:9. Okay. We're a small group. It's a small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others. Who's the others? The masses of Christians that's out here. Millions upon billions of Christians that's in America, man. It's in this world. They for sure outnumber us. So they who follow a false God, teach a false doctrine, you understand? Don't know the truth about God, don't serve God, sin every day and call it good. They regard our small group as, what is it, strange or sinister. That's all a cult is. So is the Isupk a cult? Yes, we're a cult. We're a small group that really serves God and really teaches about God, and we're the only group that God is with.
Right.
Now, the masses of you Christians and religious folk and Muslims who you think God is with, God is not with you, but you are bigger than us. Your group is bigger than us, but God is not with you, and you don't know God.
Right.
You don't know him, you understand? And you regard our small group, because we're small, you regard us as strange. Why? Because we don't worship the idols that you worship.
Right.
We don't bow to the satanic things that you bow to.
Right.
We don't celebrate the satanic holidays you celebrate.
Right.
We don't do the worship customs and teach the worship lies and abominations that you teach, man.
Right.
So you think we strange, or you think we sinister. You understand? So we are a cult by definition, but we have the truth, and God is with us. That's who else was a cult. First, let me read this first scripture. Then I'm going to show you, was Jesus Christ a cult? Let's see. Isaiah, 1 Corinthians 4:9 first.
Okay. This is the book of
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 9. For I think that God hath set forth us the apostles last.
That's a prophecy, man. Just like the brothers thank God back then for setting them up last, we thank God now for setting up the UPK last, setting up the man. Because you had Christians, they were out here forever. Muslims been running the streets forever. 5%, all of these religions, everybody claiming to know God, then God took the truth and set that up, right?
Right.
Set that up after everybody, man. 1969. Set it up last. Go ahead.
As it were appointed to death.
And we small, and we the outcast, but we the only ones that got the truth, man.
Right.
And they threaten our lives because we so small. Just little Israelites on the corner. Go get a job. What are you guys doing? Get out of here. Nobody wants to hear that. You're so racist. Get out of here. Get out of here. Because we're small and we're not popular, but we are the truth, though.
Right.
We do teach the truth, and God is with us for sure. The Most High is with us. Right. And we do this unto death.
Right.
Unto death. Go ahead.
For we are made a spectacle, a spectacle
God made a spectacle. Go ahead.
unto the world.
We small and different. We different, man. Who can tell me online a biblical word for different? I know I about to know. Who can tell me the biblical word for different? Online. I'm going to give somebody online, get this. We talk about it all the time. What's the biblical word where God called us different, but he used another word? Let me know if somebody get it online. Peculiar, that ain't it, but he did call us peculiar, which is the same meaning, is different. But what is the word? There you go. Who got it? Amana Dubai, she over there getting everything every week. Amana Pop got it all. I see you, sis. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? There's a sister who always hosts us to her home, man. Whenever we come out Houston or anywhere near she lives, man, she a great host to us. And she tune in every week, man. She's correct. Holy is the word. Some other people got it too. Who that? Dabbalah. Bafia Hawada got it. Dabbalah got it too. But that's what it is. And the Lord said, we shall be holy because he is holy. And that's what makes us holy, because we are different. We are separate. We are peculiar, man, from anybody else. You understand? And let's read that last line again.
Coca. For we are made a spectacle unto the world.
Look, very strange to people, man. You know, over the years, they call us Power Rangers. I don't know if they still do. Y'all out here like the Power Rangers, man. Y'all out here like y'all superheroes, man, because it's different. Because why? Christianity is the stronghold. Or Islam was the stronghold. Been that forever.
As the fake Israelites come up to us and if they're talking trash, try to be disrespectful. Like, I'm tired of y'all super Hebrews. I was like, oh, Sawada. I said, the water. He was like, what you say at the water for? He said, thank you. I said, you telling me that I'm super means that you idolize me. You notice that it's a difference between me and you.
Right. You better than him. Right. He just average and common. You understand? And we superheroes. That's a compliment. They don't understand, man. Right. They used to talk about Power Rangers like it was an insult. That old devil made that video. Y'all seen that video? Poke Malone or somebody made that old song. Something in the UPK. Go ahead.
Party in the UPK.
Party in the UPK. I love that video, man. Got all up in there. It's a cartoon video a devil made called Party in the UPK. Everybody should go watch that video. I love it. They got Jerry Yohana in there, Captain Cabal, they got Cesaria, Cotton's in there as cartoon characters. And, they think it's an insult. That's a beautiful thing to me. It's a party in the goddamn UPK. You damn right, because we happy that the Lord chose us last and gave us this truth. And we ready to die for it, man.
Right.
The devil think he gonna make fun of us. That don't do nothing but make us more popular, man.
Right.
I love that video, Party in the UPK. You understand? And it's a beautiful thing. Look, we are peculiar to this world. They ain't never seen it. Who done got them guys to be standing on the corner with them boots on, man? Why y'all got boots on? It's 90 degrees out. They got boots on. We soldiers, man. That's that. Braids, boots and braids. You know how I always say, braids, boots and beard, boots and braids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man.
Good.
Go ahead.
It's on everything that's about us is on the shirt that I buy Hayah has on right now, sir.
There you go. That's why I knew he knew. I didn't see the shirt, but I knew his spirit. I got a shirt on. Stand up, I buy. It says holy, special, peculiar, and royal, man. Yeah, go ahead. You put the camera on. Put the camera on, I buy. And that's a shirt that I want. You know what I'm saying? He got that shirt on cut, no sweat. But then he got the scriptures all around it, man, because that's how we roll. The scripture just said we are spectacle unto the world. We are spectacle because that's why. Spectacle means we different from everybody else. We holy, special, peculiar, we royal, man. Right. Most High Christ. Why, God?
Sir.
We are made a spectacle to the world. Read on.
And to angels.
And to the angels, man. Angels look down and say, them cats is taking up the banner, man. angels look down and say, they different as hell. Look at these guys. Bro, I can tell you how well y'all shot. And they're proud of us. They're proud that we are spectacle before the world. Go ahead.
And to men.
And to men, read.
Verse 10. We are fools for Christ's sake.
Better believe it, man. To the world, we look stupid, we look foolish, and that's why a lot of you Christians try to come in here and you too ashamed to look like us because of what your friends might say, because of what your mama might say, because your cousins might look at you weird, because some girl, some nasty bitch might say, you what they call young people say this goofy. You a goofy. You a goofy. And that'll hurt, break your little heart. Somebody call you a goofy. You understand? Break your little heart. Now I can't be seen with y'all because they're gonna think I'm a goofy. You know, they're gonna think I'm weird. Listen, we goofy for Christ's sake.
Right.
You understand? We make fools for his sake. Go ahead.
But ye are wise in Christ.
The world think that they smart. They think they're smarter than us, more intelligent than us. They think that white Jesus and the way they praise him and the big churches they got, they think that's the way. Read.
We are weak,
Go ahead.
but ye are strong.
To the world, this little group on the corner, standing on this wood with a microphone, they are weak. They're small and weak. And they don't know how to get this money like we do, like the church do. We know how to get this money out of people, man. And don't gotta spend it on them. We get Rolls Royces and Lear jets and gator suits and gator shoes and fedoras and long Steve Harvey suits. We know how to live good because we know how to hustle this money out of the people, even though we're not doing the job to earn this money. Read.
Right. Ye are honorable.
World, you Christians think you honorable, man. To the world, you appear honorable. Go ahead.
But we are despised.
But in the truth and ISUPK, we're despised. A lot of you Christian Israelites, you love this world. You love Christians more than you love us. You hate the ISUPK because we won't come to your goddamn summits, or we won't acknowledge you and say the name of your group. We won't give you no press, and you hate us for it, and you love Christians more than us.
Right.
You love Christians more than the men of God. Matthew 15, 1 and 1.
Okay.
And one more scripture after this, and I'm done.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 1.
I'm going to show you about our king. You think the ISUPK is the only weird one. You think we the only ones that's made a spectacle and you know, small and considered dumb and stupid, considered goofies. Because we do the work of the Lord the right way, and nobody else in the world does. We made fools for Christ's sake. Read.
Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees,
So the Pharisees and Sadducees came to him, right? Go ahead.
which were of Jerusalem, saying,
And these were the religious leaders at that time. These were black leaders at that time under the white man in Rome. Like our black leaders and politicians today, under America, under the white man in America, our black leaders then were under Rome. Rome was the superpower back then. And they came to Jesus Christ. These are men with power and authority. Go ahead.
verse 2, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
And they asked you, Hawashai, why do your disciples, the brothers that follow you and roll with you, why do they transgress the traditions of the elders? Meaning they're charging them with a crime. Like, why do they transgress? The transgression is breaking the law. It was like, why do they not follow the law or the traditions of the elders of Israel? The men that was before them at this time. They were still under the Romans. And the problem was the black leaders back then, being under our oppressor and submitting under them, they kind of changed the truth according to what society feels. Like these Sadducees and Pharisees, black leaders during the time of Christ, they did not teach the truth. You understand? They knew the law, but they didn't teach the truth about God and what he wanted, the mercy of Israel coming together. You understand? Not submitting to the Romans, not giving their heart and their mind and their soul to the Romans, which the Pharisees and Sadducees did. They had given all their love to the Romans and not to the Most High, even though they were supposed to be the priests of the Most High. And they asked Christ, why do your disciples break the laws and the traditions of our elders? Go ahead.
For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
And charge them because they charging them with a crime. Listen, man, this ain't how we roll. Your disciples is breaking the law. Why are you letting them do that, man? The elders taught our tradition is to wash our hands when we eat, and they not doing that. Go ahead.
Verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God?
Christ came back, and I wish I came back on them and said, you asking me, why do I break the traditions of the elders? Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you break the commandment of God himself? Go ahead.
By your tradition.
By your tradition. I mean, there's no law in the Bible where the Most High forces people to wash their hands. And by them enforcing that, because they enforced that, the Pharisees and Sadducees, and you would get punished not doing it. So the Christ let them know you are breaking God's law by enforcing that tradition.
Right.
By enforcing that tradition of man. And that's what our Christian and political leaders do today. And that's why we looked at it strange, because Christ was looked at as strange. Why you and your disciples roll like that? Y'all don't follow nothing the elders taught us. Y'all don't follow nothing to do with this. Y'all strange, man. Y'all peculiar. Y'all are different. And they could have been punished for being different by these black leaders here. Go to John 10 and 19, my last one. So Christ was looked at as a small group. He rode with a small group. You understand? A small group, and they had religious beliefs that were different. And they were regarded by others, like the Pharisees and Sadducees and all the leaders of Israel at that time, they were regarded as strange and sinister. That is the definition of an occult. I'm going to show you. They were regarded as sinister. We about to read. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 19. There was a division, therefore, again among the Jews for these sayings.
What sayings were these? Yahushua, Jesus Christ, was dropping a lot of parables and explaining them to things to them. He was saying things like, I'm in the Father and the Father in me. You understand? And I do nothing of myself. I do what the Father told me. For the Father sent me here before I was even born, and things like that. He was talking about the Most High and him being so connected. And they was like, oh no, he's talking real strange. We never heard nothing like this. Right. We know his mother, we know his father. This is little Yahushua. There was invested, in Bethlehem and all that, man. Right. What is he talking about? He know the Most High. The Father's in him. Damn, that's like that's blasphemy to them. Why? Because his speech was strange. They never heard it before, like they think the Isupk speech is strange. Because they never heard nobody speak against America so strong. They never heard anybody speak so great about blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians being related, being the same family. They never heard this before. They never saw anybody treat each other with such love and respect and honor as we do in the Isupk. That's peculiar to them. That's a spectacle. They see that and say, that's a spectacle, man. Why are they making all this noise? That ain't of God. One of my best friends when I came out the world told me, God ain't on that corner. God ain't on that corner. Why? Because we a spectacle. We look weird. We look like goofies. They never heard this. Like they never heard what Christ was saying. Back then, read.
Verse 20. And many of them said, he hath a devil.
They said, Jesus Christ had a demon. They said, Yahushua had a demon on him. He was in an occult. They're evil and spooky and weird. Go ahead.
And is mad.
And he's out of his mind. Go ahead.
Why hear ye him?
Ask the people, why y'all listening to him? Why y'all listening to this group, man? This is an occult. This is a cult. Why y'all listening to Yahushua and his disciples? That's an occult, man. You ain't hear what he said? They got demons on him. That's a cult, man. Listen, Yahushua was in a small group. Define the exact definition of a cult, but they was with the Lord. The Lord was with them.
Right.
In the Isupk, we're a small group, different and weird and peculiar to the whole world, which is the definition of a cult, and we represent being a cult with it.
Right.
You want to know we brainwashing the people? You goddamn right, because their brain is filthy.
Right.
The brain is filthy with Christianity, it's filthy with Islam, it's filthy with Christmas,
right.
Easter, and Thanksgiving, and July 4th. It's filthy with homosexuality, with drug dealing,
right.
with drug use. It's filthy with murder and all manner of evil, man.
Right.
So we take our brothers and sisters who we love and we wash your brain free of all of that pollution, man.
That's right.
Why? Because we love doing this, man,
Right.
to give us the kingdom of heaven. So that's it, brothers and sisters. With that, shalom. Another episode of Action Prophet. I appreciate Officer Yediah for my hand. Outside God, rolling with a Hebrew. I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? So while for those who hanging in there with us, moving over a little bit, we'll see y'all next week, man. Everybody get ready for the New York, man. For New York barbecue going on soon. The itinerary is up, and we're gonna be getting it in, man. I'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Prepare for war, just in case it's time to even the score. Say my name 3 times and I kick in the front door. No, I ain't greedy, but I'm hungry and I'm hunting for more. See, I'm a beast, bloody knuckle on all 4 with the gore. I see the ops watching, low clips, review my options. Close range with the shotty, put a hole in his body. Or should I walk up with the Glock, proceed to open his top? Either way, scope an infrared beam. It's a dead shot, pressure is really nothing. I come equipped with the drama. Disrespect, I send my niggas on the flight like Osama. Run your mouth, you might be talking through a tube to your mama. Here's the point, I ain't the type of nigga to be saying that I'ma do anything I damn sure wouldn't do. Your people talking real loud, but I'm aiming for you. Luke Skywalker, I'll be back to get your 2 live crew. So while it's popping, you shaking and you don't know what to do. Know those rounds for you. Pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. Yeah. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. With all my might, with all insight, I stay watching for enemies at the height of the night. Wanna catch me slipping, I know when my trigger finger is itching. I'm under mission, beating these pussies into submission. That king shit, they clap my hands twice when I mean shit. I'm on the block, calling for the rock on some fiend shit. A smooth criminal, I'm Mike J on some lean shit. Died and came back, for my people redeem shit. Devils losing their mind and now they crossing the line. Till a fist goes in your mouth and it comes out with your spine. Out of all the trees you can climb, you devils barking a vine. We still hanging from trees and still holding up signs. For my niggas, it ain't no mystery. I gotta shed blood, and if it's us against the world, then I'm coming with slugs. I got my arms stretched out, but I ain't reaching for hugs. All that love is for the matrix, so it's time to unplug the pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. Yeah. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain.